What is happening, everybody? I'm going to show you how to make a better YouTube thumbnail for your car videos that you put up on here. So we're going to go ahead and go over to Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop 2018. Let it open up. And here it goes. Boom, Photoshop. I'm going to go to Create New. Now, 1280 by 720 pixels, 72 pp. Right here is 1280 pixels, 720. Artboard, 72 resolution, pixels by inch, RGB color, 8-bit transparent, create. Then I'm going to go over here, I'm going to open up a file. Right here's the file. I'm going to go over to this. I'm going to type in, normally I import into new imports. I'm going to find the new import folder that I import into. And then I know the 18th is a tutorial that I've been shooting. And I'm going to drag in this photo right here. Now you can drag it in as a raw file or just a PNG. And then I'm gonna go back up here to go to layer, new layer, hit OK, name your layers. I didn't name that layer. I'm gonna come back over to here. I'm gonna find a picture where the headlights are on with an exposure that I like. These are different exposures for a tutorial that I'm shooting on how to shoot car photos. That should be up next week. I'm going to take that, I'm going to drag it on. See, I like the color of those headlights. I'm going to take that and I'm going to go to place, and then it's going to place that. Then you see these little white boxes over here. You can't align these two layers, so if I click on and off, these layers aren't perfectly aligned. So we're going to right click out here in this gray, right click, and then we're going to go to rasterize layer. We're going to do that to this one. We're going to rasterize this layer. Now I'm going to click this top layer, and I'm going to hold shift and click the bottom layer. That selects all the layers. You can do this with as many layers as you would like. And then I'm going to go over here to edit, and then I'm going to go to auto align layers. I'm going to just let it do it auto. Click OK. It's going to take a minute to think. Now the layers are auto aligned. They're perfectly aligned. And I'm going to want this dark one on the, oops. I'm going to put this light one on the top, or the dark one on the bottom. Now the dark one is on bottom. So I'm going to go over here to magnify. I'm going to magnify it a little bit. You can take your time and really get in with this. And I'm going to take this eraser tool. Oops. Edit, undo, eraser. Make sure you select the layer that you're working on. I was actually erasing the layer behind it. Now that I've selected this layer that you see, I'm going to erase to the layer behind it, and now you can see coming through is those headlights that I wanted. You could zoom way in and pixel peep till your heart's content and perfectly align these things to get it just how you wanted. Be real careful on the outline. And this is how you would get detail. Now I'm going to do a thing where I do some light painting, and doing like this is going to be how we're going to bring through the light painting photo. And then I'm going to go back to this, go to 100% right there. I'm going to move this, oops, not move that. I'm going to move this over so you guys can see it. What did I do there? What did I do? Oh, bring that back up to there. Fill in the whole thing. And then I'm going to go over and, oh, yep, apply. Now I'm going to do text. Up here is where you select text. I do 120, usually green. I'm going to type in life space in / a capital Mustang. And do life in a Mustang, and then I come back over here and I click this, I align it. You can also go over to effects, and you can go to a bevel and a boss, and you can control stuff like the stroke, put some lines there. I usually just do that. You can also go to do things like this little guy right here, make an arrow, life in a Mustang. Usually red arrows are best. Again, make sure you select the right layer, the shape layer, and now I'm just moving this. Life in a Mustang. We can pull that one behind that layer, or put that one above that layer, and now it's behind that layer, and I can move this how I would like, just like that. And you can do many things. So you see headlights on, off. There's what you would see. Those are the lights. And say if I wanted a darker ground, you could come in, make sure I get the right layer, eraser tool, okay. And then we use our brackets on our keyboard to enlarge. Oops, see, edit, erase. Make sure you're clicked on the right layer. And now here is that ground from that dark photo, and you could spend all the time in the world. Enhance this, go in, go back to your eraser tool, here's your brackets, and you could really get in there and whoops, this is the ground on this photo. One key is step backwards, is do little spurts and let go of the mouse, and that way if you want to go to edit, undo eraser, or edit step backwards, you can go back instead of having to you lose everything you worked on. You see how it's only doing what I worked on from the beginning. And you can close this out. We go back to this and 100%, and then you go to File, Save As, name it whatever you want to name it, and then go down to PNG and save. I'm not going to save this file because it's nowhere near the quality that I like, but that's one way to edit in layers and also to make a quick thumbnail. This has been Life in a Mustang. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I put up videos every Sunday. I was going to do a photo tutorial, but I'm going to have to redo the shoot with the rain and everything else. But look for that next week, hopefully. I had some subframe connectors. I got something going on with them, so it is what it is. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.